All right, this is Mike coming at you from Two Door Tactical. Wanted to do a little bit of a gun versus gun review here. I've owned this G2C made by Taurus for I think coming up on 2 years now, and I've owned this Taurus GX4 for 5 or 6 months now. I can't exactly remember when I got it, but I've been carrying this quite a lot and shooting it quite a lot, so I feel comfortable to make a comparison between the two now. First things first, what you get with the gun. They both come with two magazines. These are 12-round mags. These are 11-round mags. The big difference in the newer gun is with the old gun, you got a cardboard box. And with the GX4, you get you a plastic case. Finally, I think Taurus has been listening to their fans that have been asking for cases for years, and we finally got them. But anyway, I know there's newer versions of this gun, the G3C, which I have had a chance to shoot before, which comes with similar sights to this firearm, different trigger mechanism, and some slight changes, but nothing truly groundbreaking, I'd say. But so to compare these two, and what kind of drew me to this one and why I bought it, and am I happy with the purchase now, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But apples to apples, this one comes around MSRP for about $299, the G2C or G3C really. And this one comes at about $392 MSRP, around $400. They both have newer models, the Toro models, which will be optics ready, which neither of mine are, but I know that the Toro G3C is around $450, and then this one's around $470, $475 or so. And these are all MSRP prices. When you find them in the store, you can probably find a better deal than that. But so this gun comes in at more expensive than this one, but I think there's some reasons for that, and I think it might be worth it at the end of the day. So, comparing the two side by side. If you have this one, should you run out and buy this one? It's really personal preference there, and you'd have to do your own handling of the two and see if it's worth it for you. But we'll start with the weight on this gun. This is a 21.5 ounce pistol with the magazine included, and this one is an 18.5 ounce pistol with the magazine included. So you're saving about 3 ounces here. Yes, the G2C has a 12-round magazine. This was an older firearm, so this magazine's made in Brazil. The GX4 has an 11-round magazine made by Metgar in Italy, which I haven't had really any feeding issues with this gun, with this magazine. But Metgar makes great mags for a lot of companies, so I like the changeover here. Again, the new G3C and all the G3 lineup does not come with these older style magazines. They come with Metgar mags as well. But aside from capacity, both 9mm and the capacity of these two, the size. So if I put them lined up like this, you'll be able to see. You get about, this is about a 1/2 inch longer of a slide. And then the grip as well is about a 1/2 inch longer or so. So for 1 round extra, 1/2 inch longer, is that really worth it? It's up for you to be the judge of that. Safeties, not a big fan of them. I'm not sure if this even comes with a model with a safety, because I wouldn't care enough. I wouldn't look at it. I just bought this one because this was the only one available at the time, and these were ridiculously cheap when I got them before all this this COVID mess. The sights. This is the older one with the older style plastic sights. The newer one comes with the sights like these. So these older guns with this older sights, I'm not the biggest fan of. It's a 3-dot system. You can see there's a lot of room in there for that middle dot to play, and they're plastic, so I'm not too thrilled about them. These ones come steel with serrated black back end, and they are compatible with Glock sights. So any aftermarket Glock sights you can pretty much throw on the GX4 and the newer G3C. Now, the biggest thing, the biggest difference between these two guns, at least for me, is actually the trigger. And it's not the trigger pull or trigger weight, it's actually the trigger breaking point. By the way, both these firearms are unloaded. I'm not about to shoot you through the internet, but the trigger breaking point. So this trigger travels all the way back there. Now the distance between my finger and my thumb is about 2 inches and 1/8. And on the GX4, you'll see the breaking point here. It's much far, well, not much farther, it's farther. It is 2.5 inches, which it doesn't sound like that would make a big difference, but I'll try to demonstrate the difference it does make now. So when I'm firing the G2C, you can see my finger, my index finger, let me try to show you. When I pull it in, it goes all the way back there, hits my thumb, and even gets close to hitting that, that mag release. You can see the reset here. It's pretty short. Actually, it's not short as I made that seem. Hold on, this is the full reset. Not there. Oh, right there, hold on. Gave me a false reset the first time. Right there. So the reset's nice. I'll give it up for that. The reset is really nice. And then the double strike capability is nice. But the distance, not so nice. It just doesn't work for me. The distance here, it's just much better. And I'll try to show that other angle as well. So line up my finger, pull, and I'm nowhere as far back, nowhere near here. And I have less curling of my index finger because I don't have to pull back as far. I really, really, really like that about this firearm. And after owning this and shooting this and comparing it to many of my other pistols, including this one, that's the thing I dislike the most about it. Some other small differences, well, actually, this is quite a big difference, is the takedown system on this gun compared to this one. This is a Glock style system where you just pull back, pull down, and then pull forward. And then this system is actually completely different, where it's a turning lock. You can use a spent casing to open this, but it's much easier if you just have a screwdriver when you're working on your firearm. Internals, not too crazy different of a design, but there is one thing that I think does make a big difference between these two, and it's on the frames. The G2C and G3C have similar contact points to a Glock, where it's these 4 small points where the slide will ride on when you fire the gun. And the GX4 has these longer rail systems over here. Right here, there's a little break here, and then right there. And I think that actually makes a world of difference when you're shooting the guns. It just feels much better. Oops. I'm gonna line this up correctly. There we go. This feels a little bit more clunky, and this feels just much more smooth. Just more purposeful, more smooth. It's hard to, I guess that's a way to describe it, but the best way is if you had them both in your hands and you could really feel what I'm talking about. It's quite the difference. Another big change is this groove and hump here, which fits my hand very well. It makes me get a nice high grip on this GX4. I really enjoy that. I enjoy the stippling on both guns is actually pretty good. I'm not a fan of how empty these areas are now compared to this one. But I do think that this is the progression that Taurus will be taking. I think that, coming from the Millennium series to the PT-111 series to the G2C, G3C, and the models they're coming out with now, I think that they're going to run out of ideas here pretty soon. And I think that this gun will take over, and they're going to make larger versions of the GX4, which I'm pretty excited for. When I got this gun, I wasn't too sure what to expect. Was it going to be pretty good like this gun was to me? I never really had too many issues. Or was it going to be, you know, a problem? But I'm pleasantly surprised. I've had no issues with it. I've carried it a bunch. It's handled well. The wear and tear on the slide from holster carrying it in a Kydex holster is not bad at all. This one's got definitely more wear on it, and I've definitely carried it less in total. I've been carrying this little guy everywhere, and I just really have been enjoying it. I want to do some videos here coming up. I really want to compare this to a P365, a 43X, and I don't have much experience with a Hellcat, but I want to see a Hellcat next to this and do a little bit of a comparison. But the main point of this whole thing is, if you have one of these, should you run out and buy one of these? I think if you're content with this gun and you like it, I think there's no reason where you need to run out and buy the next version. I mean, I'm so floored by people who will just, you know, buy a gun and then a new one comes out, they got to get the newest and get the best or whatever. If you have a gun and it's reliable and it works for you, I don't see the point of upgrading. I found that this one had a little bit of things that I started not liking about it, and this one fixed damn near all of them. So I really do like this. That being said, I'm not just gonna, you know, sell this or get rid of it anytime soon. It's still, you know, part of the fleet, and it ends up being like a truck gun or something like that, but it's still a good little pistol. But if you have these two in front of you, I would feel them out, take them to a range day, you know, play with them a little bit if you can before you make the decision between buying one or the other. And of course, you know, compare it to other things on the market. There's tons of guns out that are really good out right now. But yeah, this is just a little video I wanted to make comparing these two when I finally had enough rounds through this one to give you guys my opinion. I appreciate you guys watching my videos, and I hope you guys have a great day.